Hi, I'm Russell and I work at the Video Store, the place that you can go to once a week when you're looking for something to watch. When the store is quiet, behind the counter, I get to talk to my friends about the films and the series that we're loving. All right, let's do it. Let's open up the shop.
Did you see that thing yesterday on the TV? It was ready, interesting!
How's it?
Hey, Russ.
How you, my G-Force?
I'm alright, dude. How are you?
Good, man.
Nice.
It is mizzy.
Oh, the traffic, man. Oh.
Are you wired? What did you say? I'm tilted.
I'm tilted.
Oh, I don't want to see G-Force tilted. Welcome to the Video Store.
Yeah.
Thank you for wandering in. We can be a little bit of refuge in this uncharacteristically Joburg weather, where it feels like we're in the Midlands for some reason. We've got ourselves a G-Force,
Yeah.
who is an editor and very much the producer of the show. My name is Russell. I am the owner of the Bioscope, which is an independent cinema here in Johannesburg. And we've got our first customer of the day.
Nice and early.
One of our favorites.
Hello, guys. Yes, that traffic.
It's crazy.
We've got ourselves a Claudia.
Hey, guys.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Nice to have you back.
Yeah, thank you for having me again.
Lovely. Have you got something to return?
I do. The drama.
Nice.
Okay,
What
we're going to
else?
talk about the drama. We have to
Yes.
talk about the drama.
Right.
G, you haven't seen that
No,
yet,
I haven't
hey?
seen it yet.
Okay. We have been having the greatest screenings of it at the Bioscope.
Nice.
They've all been pretty much full,
Cool.
which is kind of the way that it should be. Did you watch it at the Bioscope?
I did. I came through yesterday.
Oh, nice.
I wandered in.
What a champ. So yeah, definitely we can talk a bit more about the drama without still giving things away.
Yes.
And I think that's part of its charm, is that there's a lot to talk about and a lot to keep secret, which I think is
Right.
what makes this movie so special. And I think that's why I saw this coming as something that was going to be a very Bioscope, very talkable movie. I want to talk about something quite interesting.
Cool.
I want to tell you guys about these like twin films that
Okay.
are coming at the end of April
Right.
that we know about, but I'm not sure whether everyone's put the two together.
Okay.
They are both around fashion.
Right. Oh.
They are both around or hint at or involve the devil.
Right.
I see where this
And
is
they
going.
all star the same character. I mean, the same actor.
Right.
And so I want to chat about that, which
Cool.
I think is cool. Because I've had the chance to at least see one of them, and it's not the one that you think.
Right.
So it'll be cool to talk about that. Has anyone seen the new Malcolm in the Middle episodes?
Yeah. I
Okay.
jumped into that one a little bit.
Okay, I want to chat about that because I think that's
Yeah.
quite a fun new thing that just popped up in this last week. G, what have you been watching?
Just a few older TV shows here and there.
Oh, like what?
Stuff that- I've been watching a bit of Resident Alien and a bit of My Adventures with Superman, and I've finally gotten on the Shrinking Train.
Oh, good. We can talk about it.
I've yet to jump on that one.
Cool.
Once you're in, it's very lovable. It's a very safe space. It's very kooky and heartwarming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll get there.
we'll get there. I wanted to mention one thing out the gate.
Yes.
We gave our Project Hail Mary winner prize away. Well,
Cool.
it was redeemed this last weekend.
Very
Oh,
cool.
nice.
It was there were so many great answers. So for those who
Oh.
missed, we had this lovely giveaway with Sony where you had to say what you would take on a space mission that you knew you weren't going to come back on. Like, what would you take with you? There was a lovely part of the prize, which was a Converse gift voucher. So we said, apart from your pair of Converse, what else would you bring? And the answers were amazing. It was really a great competition that just, I think, we hit a nice little natural moment and it didn't have to get boosted and all sorts of things. Like, there was just a lovely organic response, which I thought was great. And there were some really good answers.
Nice.
I will be honest, the first person I wanted to give the prize to, you had to request to follow them so that I
Okay.
could message them. and they never like
Oh, no.
I couldn't make contact.
Oh.
And it was for someone who was quoting hitchhikers who said, well, it's got to be a towel because that's what every good hitchhiker needs. And I was like, I love that. It's very cool.
Yeah.
But then after a day or two of not being able to make contact, I was like, there is actually a better answer.
Okay.
And it was a dude called Matt who kind of hit the same heartstring as myself.
Yes.
So he said something along the lines of like, my funny answer would be a hard drive full of Blackadder, but I'm being honest, it would be every picture and video of my wife and daughter. And I was like, just having just had a daughter.
Yes.
I was like, I love that. And so he got it.
Nice.
So they came through and watched Project Hail Mary
Cool.
on the weekend. So yeah, I love those kinds of things. Here's hoping we can do lots more.
Yeah.
It was a perfect campaign for us because it was one we like really gave a shit about. It was one we really could back. And so it was lovely to be a part of that whole thing, which was special.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Should we get into a little bit of Hey Did You Guys See?
Let's do it.
This is our little weekly catch-up
Yeah.
on what's happened in the last week, because we're in this world where an incredible amount of things happen in a week.
Yes.
The whole world can change thanks to old Donny. So, like,
Oh, Lord.
it's, same goes for the entertainment world, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, who wants to kick it off?
You can go first if you've got one ready to go.
I have something ready to go, which is
Nice.
that I was excited to see that Dave Grohl,
Oh, yeah.
who is arguably one of my heroes, perhaps up until he cheated on his wife.
Yeah.
So that wasn't ideal. But he signed a $10 million deal with Netflix for a 7-episode limited series chronicling his rise and career.
Okay.
We've gotten, if you're a fan of Foo Fighters and Nirvana and Dave Grohl, you've gotten quite a lot already. There's been some books about him.
Yeah.
He's told some great stories. He recently, I find this really interesting, like released this storyteller book,
Yes.
which was a lovely book, which was just these great stories. But it came out like months before arguably one of the biggest things happened in his life, which is Taylor Hawkins, the drummer of Foo
Yeah.
Fighters, dying. So it feels like there is a whole chapter of the story that we haven't really heard, which
Right.
was that. I would be also very curious. This is a lovely sort of thing to talk about, which is an autobiography can give you so much,
Yeah.
but when it's controlled and that narrative is controlled, I'm talking about the Michael movie,
Yes.
or hinting at the Michael movie, obviously you have the ability to take out an incredible amount of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So as much as you're getting this personal thing, like the Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere, you also are, you should always remember you're getting this controlled narrative.
Yeah.
And in all the stuff, nobody ever talks about the fact that Dave Grohl had this first wife in the first start of his like career in his 20s.
Yeah.
It's amazing how it's just completely ejected from his story. Obviously ended in divorce.
Yes.
But curious whether $10 million will unlock
Yes.
that. I find that interesting. I also find interesting that Netflix recently did a Red Hot Chili Peppers documentary,
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
which has got a confusing title because it's sort of the Red Hot Chili Peppers story, but then it hints at Hillel Slovak, who was the original member, original guitarist who died early on. A few bands have had this. Metallica had
Yeah.
Cliff Burton. There's been a few bands where, the one member dies young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AC/DC.
AC/DC had
Yes.
it. Yeah. But what was interesting is I saw a post from Red Hot Chili Peppers kind of slamming the doc, going, we have never made a Red Hot Chili Peppers documentary.
Okay.
We agreed to this
Yes.
because it was going to be about our friend.
Right.
So you can almost get the sense that some group of people were like, let's make this Hillel Slovak story so that we can get access to the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but we'll kind of make our own doc, which is
Yeah.
a Red Hot Chili Peppers doc.
Right.
Because it's one of those things where, because you see so much of these artists, you think there's already been a Red Hot Chili Peppers documentary, but there hasn't.
Yeah.
And they are kind of being a little quite protective over that because they want to
Okay.
make that one when it's time to make that one. It's a little bit like a greatest hits album.
Yes.
You don't do it, too soon.
Yes.
Which is why, and I'll end on this, the Iron Maiden documentary for the fans of Iron Maiden,
Yeah.
Burning Ambition, which is coming out next month,
Yeah.
and the Bioscope will screen it.
Cool.
Well, I'm planning on screening it. It's special because that is their definitive
Yeah.
documentary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's always interesting because you always think there's been so many, but there hasn't. Anyways, rant over.
Just to go back to the Foo Fighters, they're releasing a new album this month.
Yeah, I've been following it. It's one of those interesting things these days in the digital music consumption
Yeah.
where you get given the whole album, but many of them are locked, and then they slowly unlock
Yeah.
as the band releases more and
Singles
more,
and, yeah.
single and single. So yeah, I was listening to it this morning
Oh,
in
cool.
in the tilting Joburg traffic.
The tilting.
But it's interesting. Sorry,
Yeah.
just to point,
Yeah,
so
no, go
you
for
can
it.
hear I'm a Foo Fighters fan. This one is interesting because it's one of those that they've seemingly not cared too much about.
Okay.
They've made this one very quickly,
Oh, interesting.
and they've focused on the fact that they recorded it in like a couple of days,
Okay. Curious.
which you can do when you're that tight and good as a band. But it also means that the album is maybe not as refined or as well crafted as it could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can
Interesting.
do that after like 10 or 15 albums because you can go, fuck, let's just bang this one
And if
out.
the songs are like suited to it, if the songs are suited to that like looseness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
No.
kind of are. And they've said that they,
Okay, cool.
instead of treating each song differently, they rather were like, let's find a good sound and bang out 14 songs in this sound.
Yes.
So it's interesting.
Cool.
Their lead single I didn't think was that great. But then I listened to it this morning for the third or fourth time and I was
Nice.
like, I'm getting it now.
Okay, cool. Hey, did you guys see the trailer for Cape Fear?
Yes, that was on my list.
It looks
as well.
interesting.
It
So this is
does.
a remake of a Martin Scorsese film
Yes.
in TV series form, produced by Martin Scorsese and Steven Spielberg.
Okay, do we know where it's going to end up?
I think it's Netflix. No, is it Apple? I
It's
think
Apple TV. Yeah.
Okay.
Apple
I never
TV.
watched the original.
Really
Okay.
interesting.
did.
So
I-
you'll have like a clean slate going
Yeah.
into this.
What is the
I don't
premise?
love it. It's basically about a lawyer who I think, if I'm remembering correctly, he gets a guy locked away, and then this guy starts basically coming after his family, and they have to go into witness protection.
from
They
jail?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
he gets out of jail.
he
He
gets
gets
out.
released.
Out of jail.
Yes.
And then this whole story of like he stalks them,
Yeah.
he terrorizes them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I got the sense, at least when I was a kid,
Yeah.
that it was a very scary movie.
Mm.
Was it? Thriller.
It's
It's a
more like
thriller,
psychological
yeah.
thriller
Yeah, it's
kind
thriller,
of
not
thing.
really
Yeah.
like-
And who was in the original?
It was
De Niro.
Nick Nolte and De Niro, right?
Yeah, Nick Nolte. I think you had
dad.
what? Oh God, what is her name? Is the wife?
I honestly don't remember. But
Okay.
yeah, but it was Robert De
Yeah.
Niro as the murderer dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know Juliette Lewis was the daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
interesting.
the
And,
daughter,
and
yeah.
who's in the TV shows?
So the De Niro character is now Javier Bardem.
Interesting, because
And
he's
then it's-
he's got a menacing
He does. Yeah.
face.
And it's the first time he's played like a villain character in a long time. I think he deliberately didn't want to get typecast in that way. So it's been like 10 years or something.
Since No Country.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's Patrick Wilson and Amy Adams.
Who's Patrick Wilson?
He's one of those guys you'll absolutely recognize. He's in a bunch of stuff. He's in like
love
the
those-
Conjuring movies.
Okay, I
Yeah,
love those
yeah.
kinds of people.
He's
Yeah,
one of
in-
those guys actors. I love Patrick Wilson. I think
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
amazing.
I just
He's
love it.
underrated.
I love
yeah.
that. I love that. That caliber where it's like everyone will recognize you, but you just haven't crossed over into people knowing your name,
Yes,
and that's
Yeah.
usually like quite a TV character.
that guy.
Okay.
He's in a bunch of stuff.
Everybody
Yeah.
go and do that so that you can get the same.
and
Yeah.
he's fucking jacked for a 50-year-old.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's like he's ripped, dude. It's you look at him in Aquaman, he's like fucking
Oh,
gigantic.
he's in Aquaman.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Aquaman's
Sort of-
brother.
He's Aquaman's brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, this is curious. I'm particularly curious because it's produced by Scorsese himself.
Okay.
And if you watch that
it's based on a book.
documentary, yeah, I think
Cape
it's based
Fear,
on a
yeah.
I've got the book in the lobby. of the bioscope. Yeah.
But if you watch that Scorsese documentary that's on Apple TV, you definitely get the sense that there are certain older projects of his that he's not satisfied with.
Yes.
Like I think he wants to do a Gangs of New York remake as well.
There's so much more meat on that bone.
Because that was something that was like a passion project that he tried to get made for ages, and when it finally came out, he wasn't like satisfied with the end product.
Yeah, well,
So I think he wants to go back to it.
Yeah, you make a limited series in almost the exact same way.
Yeah.
You got an actor for a certain period of time. You know, it's not like this ongoing sort of multi-year contract.
Yeah.
And you make this great product, but then unfortunately with the film, you got to whittle it down. Where back in the day, a mini series was like quite a cheap made for TV kind of sticker tag on it. It wasn't the same thing. Limited series was the rebrand, which is like, this has big actors in it.
Exactly.
You know, it's a little bit like the aubergine. the
aubergine.
fucking vegetable that's so ugly it's had to be rebranded 3 times. Eggplant, brinjal, aubergine. It's like it's the same ugly fucking vegetable.
Yeah. I just wonder if he would be able to attain that same kind of scope that he like aimed for in Gangs of New York, because I remember seeing somewhere that he mentioned that this was like one of the last types of films that he made in that fashion where he could like have those big ass sets made with those big set pieces where you've got like,
that's a big thing to do.
yeah. So I mean, I wonder if he'll be able to achieve that, because everything will be done like now with
I love the idea that
with like a volume or something like that to achieve
you know
that
why
look.
it's called Wall Street in New York. Because there literally was a wall. It was a boundary. It was a perimeter.
Oh, yes.
They only settled in the bottom part of Manhattan. And where Wall Street was a big-ass wall, and there was jungle on the other side. Like like forest.
Yeah.
And engines. No, it was wilderness.
Yeah.
It's wild, hey. Claudia, you got one?
Yeah, I've got a few. Did you guys see the trailer released for Olivia Wilde's upcoming film, The Invite?
Yes. It's like a weird little sexy thing.
Yeah, you don't know quite.
Penelope Cruz?
He hinted it. Yeah, Penelope Cruz, Edward Norton, and Seth Rogen. Decidedly the most unsexiest cast member of that lot.
Yeah, and Seth Rogen and Olivia Wilde are a couple.
And then
and then Edward Norton and Penelope Cruz arrive.
Right.
And from the trailer, you get the idea at this dinner party that they are proposing the idea that they have like a group sex.
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the trailer hints at.
Yes.
I'm sure it's going to be so much more, but it's one of those trailers where like in the quick cuts you realize the depths of where this goes.
Okay.
And I think it gets to like a weird dark place.
Yeah. Because I think there's also hints that there's perhaps like tension or issues obviously between the couples themselves, or particularly Seth Rogen and Olivia Wilde, but that there's also tension with the two couples, because the one couple lives like sort of in the apartment across from them.
Oh, yes.
And then
yes.
there's sort of the whole thing of, I think, like the window they can see in, and
It's a movie, right?
I believe it is a film. Yeah.
The only thing I know about it is I saw it sold for some like crazy amount at a festival when it's screened, because it's one of those movies that they made it and then were looking for a distributor.
Yeah.
And it sold for like some huge amount of money to a distributor.
Interesting. So one went into a bit of a bidding war for it.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't have many more. Sorry, I had the
Cool.
Dave Grohl thing,
Yes.
and then, so between you guys, I'd love to hear what happened in the last week.
This one isn't movie related, but did you see that we went back to the freaking moon?
Yes.
Oh, I love this stuff, dude.
I'm
so excited.
As a band, we recorded this last weekend, and Jacques, the guy who owns the studio, is this like delightful like geek when it comes to space and the moon, and he's one of those guys that's got like a huge telescope, and he's got I saw the Lego set for Artemis 2 in his living room.
Cool.
Oh,
Him and his wife have just got this like basically Lego shop inside their house. It's one of the coolest houses. But I just said to him, I was like, were you half chub for the last like 10 days? Because this is like, it's a thing.
Yeah.
So how was this? Yeah, how was this for you? What did
I
this
just think
mean?
it's fascinating.
Yeah, what did
Some
this
of the
mean for you?
photographs
Oh.
that have come back. This photograph here is
Yeah,
unbelievable.
yeah.
Like it's something
we'll post a link to it.
that has literally never been seen before.
That is the
ever.
dark side of the moon.
Well, kind of. It's the moon eclipsing the sun. So typically the way we see an eclipse on the moon, there's this crazy like cosmic coincidence that from Earth's perspective, the moon and the sun are the same size, which is
Sure.
insane. So to see it
Yeah.
from a perspective where that completely changes, so you can still see like the corona of the sun around there. But what's crazy about this is normally when you see an eclipse, it's just a completely like black disk basically. But if you look at this picture, you can still see like light hitting the, and you go, okay, that doesn't make sense because the light source is behind it.
No.
What you're seeing there is called earth shine. So you're seeing the light reflecting off of Earth
Oh, wow.
and hitting the moon.
Yeah.
So this is something that's literally never been seen before because we've never had the perspective of it.
Yeah.
No human beings have ever seen that image before. That is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is so cool.
I find it interesting to also understand the context of this mission and why this mission exists.
Yeah.
And kind of why any other mission to the moon existed.
Yeah.
And it's basically like the Americans having like showing their dicks the biggest.
Yes.
And when nobody did anything for 50 years because no one else was competing with the Americans to sort of have a presence in the moon until China was like,
You want to do that? Yeah.
we keen on going to the moon. And the
Yeah.
Americans like, oh, well, we going first. Are we also going to the moon?
Yeah. Because there have been other missions to the moon, but not manned missions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like India sent one and China sent one. But,
Yeah.
but there have been no manned missions since the 70s.
Yeah. What could we get from man being on the board?
Well, the idea is to set up a permanent base on the moon that'll basically be like the launching point for Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So moon will then become the point where people then go to Mars.
Yeah. I also heard a great thing on just how inhospitable and terrible it is to be on Mars,
Yes.
where it really sounds like the shittest place
Yeah.
to ever be.
Yeah.
And so it's like, why are we spending so much money to go there? Because once again,
Yeah.
Prove that we can.
to prove that we
We
can,
can, yeah.
and that what is in our pants is big. It's like, because it's just the radiation alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they said that if Andy Weir didn't know the full extent of how much his character would have been affected by radiation, but bring Matt Damon back and he would have died from cancer like very shortly thereafter because of the amount of
I mean, a lot of astronauts did die from cancer, a lot of the Apollo guys.
yeah.
Because from space you don't have an atmosphere, so there's nothing protecting you from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
Claude?
Yeah. Did you guys see Spike Jonze dropped a new commercial for a company called On, starring Zendaya?
I saw that, but I
It's
didn't know
called
what
Shape
it
of
was.
Dreams.
I didn't know what it was for. What is On? Do you know?
I think it's a clothing apparel company.
It's worth mentioning that because we don't know, the commercial is better than the
Yeah.
idea
Yeah.
of what it should do, which
Right.
is sell something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's almost become this happens a few times where you get like a hotshot director, Spike Jonze being this famous film director of Her, being John Malkovich, a whole bunch of really cool films, makes this commercial
Yeah.
that's very cool, that maybe doesn't sell what it needs to sell. But it's a very cool film.
Right.
Yeah.
It almost becomes a film on its own.
Yeah. Almost. And I mean, the fact that it has Zendaya in it, she's like hot at the moment
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
everything.
And it looks
How
cool.
many
Have you seen
films
it?
this year?
See, it's got what sort of looks like very practical effects.
Okay.
Yeah. very
Um,
stop motion-esque
Right.
like feel to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
In a sort of abstract space and characters and a sort of forced perspective, picking up and moving each other,
Yeah.
and sort of
Okay.
snap
Making your
cuts that-
selection, seeing it from a different perspective. How do
Right.
you look? Kind of a thing. Yeah.
Okay.
It's cool. It's always interesting when you see what these guys do now.
Right.
I was my one and only story about Spike Jonze. No, I went to Cannes a long time ago. I went once, but I will quote it wherever I can. But I was in a screening where he popped up. He was sort of a few rows in front of me
Cool.
and came up and did like a post-screening discussion of the
Nice.
film. But it was one of those like, oh my God, it's Spike Jonze. G?
I don't think I have any more.
Okay.
I've got one more that
Let's
can
hear
help
it.
us
Go
segue
for it.
in. I mean, this is going to help with what you want to talk about, but did you see the short that Vogue dropped for The Devil Wears Prada 2 called Do We Know Each Other? Starring
No.
Miranda Priestley and Anna Wintour herself.
Okay.
Okay. No, I
Yeah.
didn't. Okay, so who made this?
So it was made by Vogue. So it's a little short to promote and like hype up the film, and
Right.
takes the whole premise of Miranda Priestley and Anna Wintour arriving probably like in a building that could like mirror for Vogue and or the fictional publication in the film.
Runway.
Runway. And they both arrive in this building, and they're supposed to be going off somewhere to do their thing, and they're at the elevator, and they kind of have a moment with each other where Anna looks at her and Miranda looks at her back, and then they're like, Anna says to her, do we know each other? And then there's that whole exchange of where they're trying to sort of like
pretend like they don't know each other. Yeah.
Well, Miranda especially, she like plays it up, and there's a lot of like sort of like little reference drops to like, the fact that this is Meryl Streep portraying a fictional version of Anna Wintour, and
Yeah, I was
then
about
all
to
those
say,
little
that's the
hints of
idea.
like, maybe I've seen some of your work, and like just
Lovely.
Miranda Priestley just not giving in whatsoever, trying to hold that ground.
It's lovely, and it's a big deal because The Devil Wears Prada just was one of those films that I find this fascinating.
Yeah.
20 years on, out of all the other films that came out that year or around that time, it's like we know that film. It transcended, it stuck through, it broke the seal and lives on. Out of all I find now having, I'm entering into my 41st year, and it's amazing how many films just get lost. They just disappear. And they just get forgotten. And that's and then on a couple occasions it's like it's not because they're bad. It's just because so many movies get made.
Yeah.
And just like it's almost the sheer luck that some make it through. That like the Dirty Dancings and like even something like Rocky Horror that picks up this like cult status along the way where it just becomes completely iconic.
Yeah.
So you've got The Devil Wears Prada 2, which is on its way. The woman who wrote the books did write more books.
Okay.
And the second one was called Revenge Wears Prada.
Right.
Which I think if they were more faithful to the book, which they may or may not be, I don't know, I think would have been a better name than Devil Wears Prada 2.
Yes.
But we'll see. Maybe they didn't stick to it. But you have hinted at what one of the two flames are. But we've got we're going to release the film at the bioscope. This is what's so funny is that I can get so protective over what films release, but this one was kind of unavoidable, and we've had these groups. There's a lovely, I think it's more of an organization than a company that do these like female networking events who are basically going to pay for 4 screenings of The Devil Wears Prada on the public holiday.
Cool.
1st of May, like just back to back.
Nice.
Socially gathering. I'm sure the tickets are on sale, and I'll put a link to it for those who want to join. But like that's just one day of just sold out back to back screenings of this film.
Yeah.
Some people are making it their birthday at the bioscope, and it just feels fun.
Yeah.
And cool, and the bioscope can do these things and would want to do these like fun sort of culty moments.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Cool.
But before we get into those, should we do a little what movie am I?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Remember the rules. You got to shout, "Oh, Captain, my Captain."
Yes.
Once you know the answer to this movie I'm describing.
Yep.
And if you're at home browsing the shelves, overhearing our conversation in your car, I want you to shout out, "Oh, Captain, my Captain," as you know the answer. All right. Okay. I am a comedy. I am the highest grossing film of 2023.
2023.
Everything else will completely give it away.
2023.
Exactly. I can't look back. To me, 2022 and 2023.
Oh, Captain, My Captain, is it Inside Out 2?
No.
When was that? 2020?
Did you say it's a comedy?
I'm a comedy. No, it's very much a comedy.
Highest grossing.
Okay, I'm gonna make the next one a little more cryptic. I'm not
Yes.
gonna say the color, but I am closely tied to a particular color. There's a particular color that sits at the heart of this film.
2023. I don't remember what.
I'm
came out
going to
in
give you.
Oh, Caps, is it Black Panther 2?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to give you one more.
Yes.
I am talking at this point about this idea of like a twin flame.
Okay.
So it was a twin.
I'm drawing a blank on this one.
Yeah. I can't remember what was big in 2023.
Okay, I'm about to give it away.
Yeah, I'll go for it.
I am directed by Greta Gerwig.
Oh, of course. Okay. Oh, Captain, My Captain Barbie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
there we go.
That doesn't feel like 2023.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. The Bioscope did its upgrade where we were able to screen these studio films
Yes.
in 2024. And I referenced the year before going a little bit like how we're going to celebrate Devil Wears Prada 2.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
imagine what the Bioscope could have done with Barbie. Like the cocktails, the
The whole lot, yeah. Could you imagine if you could have done the whole Barbenheimer
totally.
thing?
Yeah.
Okay. This one's going to... It's an obvious movie, but it's going to be really hard not to give it away with most of these. But I'll just start with the first ones. I am a horror film.
Okay.
I'm based on a novel of the same name.
Okay.
The next three will all instantly give it away. So I'm
Can
trying
you
to
give
think
us
about-
another clue?
It came out in the year 1980.
Oh, Captain, My Captain, The Shining.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey,
Nailed it.
famously not appreciated or loved
Yeah.
by the author.
Yeah. Also, it wasn't just in general, it wasn't a particularly well-received movie at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One of those ones that's now a classic. But
Interesting.
at the time, it wasn't, like, beloved.
I could understand that.
Yeah.
So it is weird. I in my 40s, I'm starting to question a guy like Kubrick
All right.
a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
your impressionable 1920s time, you'd be like, well, he's visionary and he's important and he must have been really good. And it's like now you hear some stories, you're like, sounds like a dick.
Dick, yeah.
And it's like I cannot believe, the 99th take of Tom Cruise walking down the street in Eyes Wide Shut was better than the 98th. I think you're being an idiot.
That style of directing, I've never been.
And
A
if
fan
you were
of,
doing
Fan
it
of.
solely to piss off the guy,
Yes.
one, you're achieving that, and two, like, I don't think that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you watch the movie and you're like, it's a fucking boring movie.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? Like, what was the point of this?
My thoughts on that is like, surely there's a better way to direct.
Yeah.
Surely there's a better way to like elicit the kinds of emotions that you want your
Yes.
actor
Yeah,
to perform instead of like
Graham's-
putting them through the gauntlet.
Graham said it a few times. It's
Yeah.
like, direct them.
Direct
Yes,
them.
there you go.
Don't force them
Don't
into
just
like a.
wait for them to give you what you want.
Yeah.
Direct them.
I mean, I feel like it's the same thing with David Fincher. I love
Yeah.
David Fincher's work,
I
but
agree.
when I hear those stories about like fucking 99 takes to like
Exactly.
get it right between Rooney Mara and Jesse
Yeah.
Eisenberg, I'm like, is that necessary? It's
Exactly.
overkill.
And then you have one or two that are the opposite, where Clint Eastwood does
Eastwood.
one and he's like, are you going to waste everybody's
Yes.
time?
It's
And
like
it's like,
maybe we need to do 2 more, please.
Yeah, just like 2 more, and I think you could get a better movie.
Yeah.
Because like we watched 1 or 2 of those,
And
and
bring in a real baby in your scenes instead of a horrible doll.
which ones was that?
That was in that American
American Sniper.
Sniper.
There's
Okay.
a fake baby in American Sniper, which is the most obvious fake baby
Yeah.
in all of movie
You know, when you
history.
see your actors like moving the arms and the legs to make it look as though the baby is like actually
Oh,
moving.
shit.
Yeah. No, that
I
was bad.
I was at this like market,
Oh, yes.
and this lady was next to me, sort of in line to like get a coffee or at this market stand. Saw that she had a baby in a carrier.
Mm.
Didn't think much of it. You kind of naturally like look
Yeah.
at the baby, and I was like, "This is a doll.
Right.
This is like a real life doll." And then I was like, "What? What?" Because my sister actually bought this very realistic doll for her daughter, and it creeped me out. I'm one of those people that I can't stand close to shop mannequins because it
yes.
feels like all of a sudden like I'm surrounded by
Yeah.
people. It's a very real fear for me.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden I was like freaked out, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I sort of walked away from that, and I wondered whether or not it might have been a mental health tool.
Yeah, maybe.
If she had recently perhaps lost a baby, and this was like to kind of pretend for a moment that you had, but she had a carrier, like a proper baby Bjorn, which myself and my wife like often have to wear to carry Emmy. Like she had the stuff, but there was this doll in there.
I understand when someone maybe does that as like a preparation method in anticipation of having a child, but I think
I don't know why you would do that. I don't know why you would do that in preparation. It's like,
I don't know.
we all know how to kind of do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like a weird little instinct that kicks in, and we've all held like a nephew or a niece.
It is a little strange.
It was a shocking moment.
Yeah.
But then my heart went to it, and I was like, I felt like maybe this baby had passed away, and this was her way of grieving. It was strange. All right, let's do yours.
Let's go.
Okay, I feel like you guys will get this. All right, I am a musical. I'm going to go with the third one first. I am regularly shown behind a live cast performance.
Behind a cast performance.
Interesting.
I am mainly set in a castle.
That has to be My Captain Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
Yeah, the castle.
Okay.
I mean, one of the most obvious ones on here would be I star Tim Curry.
Yeah, there you go.
And I popularized the time warp dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feature it and wrote it.
Yes.
I don't think we were time warp dancing before it.
Yeah, right.
Okay, lovely. Okay, let's for a moment talk about the drama.
Cool.
Okay.
Without trying to give away too much.
Without trying to give away too much, I guess my one question to you is, what was it like to watch it with people?
It was an interesting cinema-going experience. I think maybe it's also just the particular crowd that tends to come here as well. But,
okay.
I mean, I think I was saying to you that I noticed the different reactions in the audience. Like there were some very different reactions to the reveal that comes out for Zendaya's character. Very different reactions. I heard one opinion being given in front of me, couple behind me, and then the overall reaction. Hands up in the air.
Yeah, let me just give some context for those who haven't gotten on the bus. But basically, Zendaya and Robert Pattinson are on the cusp of getting married, and when they are testing, it's when they trying out the wines for the wedding. So it's like it's close.
They're finalizing the menu.
They're finalizing the menu. They have this kind of drunken conversation, which is all about their couple friends say, before we got married, we told each other the worst thing we'd ever done.
Yeah.
And that really helped. And so that got brought back to life, where they then each revealed what the worst thing was, and we should all do that. Goes around the table, gets to Zendaya, and she says something which completely derails and sets the rest of the movie in motion.
Right.
Yeah.
As everyone has to grapple with and understand and work through this devastating or kind of crazy part to her character, which is this interesting thing that was the worst thing she'd ever done.
It was definitely a very interesting experience.
And can I tell you, Graeme, and I'm not even giving this away,
the
irony of it, to make it even more intriguing, is it's the worst thing she never did.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just to make that even more intriguing,
right?
As a second layer for you.
Okay.
It was about the fact that it was something she was on the cusp of doing.
Okay.
Yes.
Which makes it even crazier because it's a smart thing, because you spend the next however long conflicted as the audience member about how you feel about this information.
Right.
But the fact that it didn't happen redeems her character and makes it somewhat okay, but not okay because it was very much going to happen.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that's what makes this very interesting.
Yeah.
Which we actually can talk about, funny enough, without giving much away, which I thought was quite a cool way to talk about it.
But I think what also makes it interesting is, besides that big reveal, is also the other stories that come in that exchange from
Yes.
the
friend. It's kind of
the
the
two
best man,
friends.
the best man and the
And
maid of
the
honor,
maid of honor,
are
yeah.
a couple.
Okay.
Like their stories are horrid.
Right.
Yeah, the best man. I think his is the tamest out of everyone's
What did it
story.
involve again? I forget.
I fucking forget. I'm sorry.
Oh no, but it was the tamest one because you heard that first.
Yeah, because
Right.
he kicks off the conversation because obviously, like his partner, the maid of honor, his wife, she's quite an out there personality. So I think she is the one that starts the whole
She
thing of like
instigates the conversation.
exactly, and then she makes him start it off.
And her story, like ultimately, because it actually happened, is in many ways worse.
Right.
Well, in some ways.
Yeah.
Because it actually happened. And
Right.
so you're like, you're actually there's a few reactions on the internet where people are like, she's actually the worst.
Yeah, she's
She's actually the worst character.
yeah,
in
she's
all
giving
this.
off those villain vibes in that film. Like,
Okay.
and but it's interesting. You were asking about the audience reactions, and there were a lot of people when we went to go and watch it who was saying, like, even as the film was going on, they kept pointing this out that it's like surely hers, and even Rob Pattinson's character Charlie, even his little revelation
And what he admitted to doing.
right.
is like, can we like focus on those, because those are actually pretty like big
Yeah.
reveals in and
Right.
of themselves, but they feel like very sort of like swept under the rug simply because
Okay.
what she reveals is just maybe so polarizing
Right.
Yeah.
in a lot of ways.
It's interesting. Another part of this film, Graham, that you'd really appreciate is it's got a very playful edit.
Okay.
And you're an editor, so I
Yeah.
think you'd appreciate this. These like quick cuts, and also every now and again you go into Robert Pattinson's imagination
Okay.
of her. So she's
Interesting.
described this thing, and also not to give much away, what Zendaya is talking about was something that happened a lot earlier in her life.
Okay.
So like he's imagining her
Yes.
with things now, and it's like it's and there's also this very playful edit of a photograph and what you remember the photograph to look like, and how
okay.
this cut shows the photograph differently, but it actually is a different photograph.
Right.
But it plays on how do we remember this?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do we reframe this? And how does all of a sudden someone just feel and look completely different because of something that they've done or said?
Yeah, and just also how your imagination, how your it plays up on you in instances like this, because the same kind of technique is employed for her as well. There are moments
Okay.
between the two of them where it's you question like, is what I'm seeing real? And then
Right.
you
Yeah.
realize, okay, no, this is them like building up this narrative in their head of what the other person may be thinking or feeling about them.
Okay.
Yeah. No, there's one or two of those like classic, it goes to a crazy place and then cuts back to
Right.
reveal it's their imagination, which is a
Yes.
very typical editing trope, but done here quite tastefully,
Right.
which I think you'd appreciate.
Nice.
So we'll keep screening it
Cool.
because I think it's got a long tail.
Nice.
I'm feeling a talkability, and like I also find it very interesting how people in the lobby react to the posters on the wall.
Right.
It was something I first noticed with a film like Sinners, but the drama is one, and I think Zendaya is that actor who is just able to also transcend a lot of cultures.
Right.
So being someone who is brown, we've noticed a lot more like black folk in the lobby, like keen on something that would have typically been quite a like white cultural art house movie.
Right.
But because we have Zendaya, we've got another audience like unlocked,
Cool.
which I think is a cool thing. I really like appreciated that.
Yeah.
We've got students, for example, that live across the street from us,
Yeah.
Yeah.
many of which are black students, and like their excitement for this movie has been palpable when I've seen them in the
Okay.
lobby, like pointed out, like the after students and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Cool.
it's cool. And it's
Nice.
cool that it's unlocking.
Yeah.
And every now and again, we get those movies that are like slightly smaller little indie gems that seem to have like some tinder in them. They have like a little spark or a little burn. Blink Twice was one of them.
Okay.
Challenges had that, where you just feel like it's got a little energy.
Yeah.
Like people are talking about it at dinner parties. It's got a
Yeah.
a little backroom thing, as opposed to like a huge big billboard. Like Michael Jackson's it's a big billboard. It's a huge billboard of a movie.
Yeah.
Where the drama is a little dinner party conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it helps that you have such hot actors. I mean, hot as in like they're really like
both literally
almost feel like they're in everything these days.
Yeah.
both literally and figuratively.
Yeah, exactly. But it helps that the film also just has something of substance to like
Totally
talk about and to like really.
And Robert Pattinson. Here's my last pitch to you, Graeme, because I know that you the kind of person who did you consume the Boy and the Heron English dub?
I haven't seen the English version.
Okay, but you of all people will appreciate and know Patterson's range, and so this is one that really is testament to his range.
Okay.
Where like he plays like a little bit of like not a weakling, but it's like, he's not a big, strong, strapping. It's like literally the complete opposite of his Twilight character.
Okay.
Or
Or Batman.
Or Batman. Like he actually is like. Yeah, like a little bit of a
Timid
and nervous and weird and very British. It's great.
Okay.
Yeah, you kind of feel like it's almost a little bit him.
Yeah, it's probably close to what he's like.
Yeah.
Okay, Magic. The last thing I want to talk about is, well, at least from my side, is the two films that I'm going on about. So at the end of the month, we have the films Mother Mary and Devil Wears Prada 2.
Okay.
So we've spoken a bit about Devil Wears Prada 2,
which
is, of course, this fun, maybe somewhat adaptation. But we are 20 years since the original.
Yeah, something like that.
So that just also shows you how time is fleeting. But 20 years on, we've gotten a sequel. Obviously, this play on the idea of the devil.
Yes.
But very loose and obviously very fun. And it's all about the politics of this working in this fashion industry. And as you said, Meryl Streep's character is very much based on Anna Wintour.
Yeah.
But Anne Hathaway has made another movie, which is a very interesting movie, which I had the chance to watch, called Mother Mary.
Okay.
And I would love to just have as many people out there know that it is coming, because it is a smaller film. It is a very artistic film. It is centered around the world of fashion.
Right.
Which is lovely. And so that's why it's just so interesting that Anne Hathaway has made these two movies, both involving the devil and both involving fashion, that are coming out like literally a week apart from each other.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway plays Mother Mary, who is a like Taylor Swift level pop star.
Right.
Like a huge pop star who has played almost like Lady Gaga would, with this iconography of religious Mother Mary, and has had this this kind of headdress.
Right.
But the whole movie centers around the relationship between her and this woman who you get the impression was like her best friend. I don't want to seed too much, but could have been more. But was ultimately her creative collaborator and fashion designer that perhaps set up this look.
Right.
But the whole film is about her on the cusp of her return, coming very like stripped down, as in like no makeup, in the rain, saying, I need a dress for this performance. And pretty much the whole movie takes place over the course of like a night or 2 days, as her and this woman deal with the trauma of how they split or what tore them apart, what has been plaguing them since, as they figure their shit out to some degree to create what is ultimately the dress that she wears.
Right.
That description makes it sound quite clear, and pretty straightforward.
Right.
The movie isn't. It is a lot more artistic, strange, figurative, visually stunning.
Right.
But yeah, imagine, which I think you get from the trailer, like this idea of wounds and tragedy and how trauma follows us and plagues us. And the poster uses the byline, "This is not a ghost story,"
Yeah.
which I think is an interesting choice. And it's even more perplexing once you kind of watch the movie, because you're like, it very much is a ghost story. So why would you make that a slogan? It's intriguing. It's different. It plays out like you're watching an interesting play.
Right.
It plays out like a two-hander. It's quite talky. Obviously, there are these beautiful visual tricks and sort of motifs and ideas and symbolism. So a lot of it is in your imagination of how this trauma manifests. But it's also trying to sell itself a little bit on the music aspect of it. So it's like featuring new songs by Charlie XCX and a guy called Jack Antonoff, who wrote a lot of Taylor Swift stuff.
Yeah.
He's in a band called Bleachers that I really like. But it's not that. It's not a.
Okay.
It's actually quite a stripped down, very, very sort of isolating, very insular, very artistic, but beautiful film.
Okay.
And so, I mean, Anne Hathaway is incredible. She really gives it her all. And yeah, it's one of those that kind of sticks with you. And so it deserves to be on a big screen.
Right.
So I wanted to certainly do it. David Lowery is the director.
Okay.
Who his work I haven't seen. I missed A Ghost Story, but I heard that that's really good. He made A Green Knight with Dev Patel, which some people love, some people hate.
Yeah.
And I quite like that.
Yeah.
I quite like a director where you make a nice big bold swing. You
Yes.
talk about that, Graeme.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just find it funny that both are coming out.
Yeah.
You know, both have Anne Hathaway, both involve the devil, which you'd see
Yeah.
in both cases, and both are in this kind of world of fashion.
Right.
So yeah, it's fun.
Cool.
Okay.
Should we talk about Malcolm in the Middle?
Oh yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay, I missed it as a kid. I never really watched it. I could appreciate it. I know it was our introduction to Bryan Cranston
Yeah.
in
Definitely.
many ways. And I know it had a strange offbeat kind of pace and tempo to it.
It did. It was probably one of the craziest sort of family dynamics sitcoms out at the
Right.
time. And I think, if you've sort of watched now the new show that's come out,
So this is a new season
yeah,
that's come out, good 15, 20 years later.
yeah.
Did we need it?
Probably not.
That's always a question. Because where do we find ourselves now? Because obviously the point was Cranston and the wife sort of being the parents as they raise these three boys.
Yeah.
Malcolm, our main character, being the middle child, right? That was the idea.
Yeah.
And it was all narrated from him. They're obviously all kind of grown up now. So what did you get from the first episodes?
Yeah, so I mean, it's dropping you in 15, 20 years later.
Right.
Kids are all grown up. They're all sort of doing their own thing. Malcolm has moved himself away from his crazy family.
Right.
And he has got his own little thing going on. He has a daughter. And I mean, I haven't watched anything beyond the first episode, but there's the whole setup is basically Malcolm's moved himself away. He's kind of isolated himself away from his family, trying to live as normal a life as he can. And it's just him getting thrown back into the craziness again with the advent of I think it's his parents' anniversary, a big milestone anniversary. Okay. And then certain revelations coming out of the woodwork with this anniversary coming along, and then both on Malcolm's side, his daughter finding out certain things, and then his his family also finding out certain things. I didn't want
Okay.
to give away
No,
too
sure.
much. Yeah.
But did you enjoy it?
I mean, like, I watched the series on and off, the original series on and off. So,
Okay.
I mean, like, it really is that nostalgia bait kind of like show again.
Yeah.
But I mean, I had a couple of like laugh out loud moments, particularly Bryan Cranston.
Right.
The parents like are quite funny, but ultimately, this is definitely one of those shows where it's like didn't really need to make it,
Yeah.
kind of a thing.
Because I also started the Scrubs, same thing, the sort of the new sequel, which
Yeah,
brings all these characters back, and I sort of Scrubs had always held a very big place in my heart. I missed the last few seasons, well, the last season before.
Yeah, the like
you're not missing
sort
out on
of
much there.
reboot.
which was the sort of that,
Yeah.
which had Franco in it and Dave Franco. So yeah, but I rather kept the early Scrubs sort of dear in my heart. And then
Yeah.
when we watched the latest sequel, I found it interesting how what your exercise is to match the pace and to match the tone of this thing that you love,
Right.
and that you remember, and that it cuts in a particular way, and you there's a physicality and an absurdism or a silliness, and then you also wonder whether you've all outgrown that,
Yeah.
Okay.
and whether television has outgrown that.
Okay.
So that's quite an interesting thing to always think about, which is like, should it be the same? You know,
Yeah.
it's like you could think of the same thing with a band coming together and making an album that, you know, it's like, are we going to sing about the same stuff? Because that's what you want to hear.
Yeah.
And is it going to be at the same pace? Or have we all grown creatively and musically
Right.
that it will now
Yeah,
sound different?
yeah.
It's interesting.
I think you get a sense of that in Malcolm in the Middle, Life's Still Unfair. I mean, like, they are essentially doing the same thing as what they did with the old series,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
then trying it out with some of the, because it's that fourth wall thing, you know, where
Yeah.
where Malcolm is speaking to you,
Yeah.
and
And
they're trying it out with other characters.
That's what I'm saying. Is like,
Oh.
how does that feel now? And you know, could it have aged badly?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe I need to watch a couple more episodes just to like really get into it. But I mean, it doesn't. I don't really have an opinion on it right now.
No,
Like,
sure,
yeah.
but it was more of a hypothetical question.
Yeah,
like,
no,
does you know,
it's-
how does that feel?
I feel very apathetic about it, if I'm being
Yeah.
honest. Like, I
Yeah,
feel like
totally.
Malcolm in the Middle is also just one of those shows where it was like, it ended where it ended. It was
Totally,
definitely
yeah.
like sort of like one of those shows of its time as well.
Yeah.
Did it really need to have like a bit of a comeback now?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
one
It's
can
interesting.
question that, but I think people who really enjoyed Malcolm in the Middle may enjoy this
Yeah.
revival.
Yeah.
Interesting. The main guy, Frankie Muniz.
Yeah.
Muniz. I don't know how you pronounce his name. He's been an interesting dude.
Yeah.
He was a race car driver at some point
Yes.
where he was
Yeah.
like, I really want to be a race car
Yeah.
driver.
He kind of stepped away from acting for a while.
Yeah,
And then was this entrepreneur in many ways, and he famously owned a bunch of parking lots in LA
Oh, right.
yeah.
because you really do make money off a parking lot. So it was like, he was like, oh, dude,
Yeah.
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, I mean, he made crazy money on that show.
Interesting.
Like,
He
because
did.
it was a very popular show at the time, and he made a lot of money very young.
Yeah.
So he could just do whatever the hell he
He
wanted.
used
Yeah.
it. He used it wisely by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's maybe end on some of the stuff that you were saying.
Oh yeah, I'll just speed run some shows. Like I said, okay, we don't have to talk about Shrinking too much. We've spoken about it a lot.
Sure.
But I finally started watching that.
Where are you in it?
Just started second season.
Okay.
Yes, it's
Cool.
great. It's very cute.
It is.
It's very sweet.
Yeah.
It's a nice cast. They're all very likable. It's well cast. I think the cast feels too small at times,
Okay.
in a way where it's like you have a character who happens to have been the best friend of the dead wife, and then they're like, oh, we need to give this character a friend. Let's make her friends with the neighbor who's already a prominent character in the show.
Sure.
It's like just add a couple more characters. I feel like they'll probably start adding a few characters as the show goes on. I get that sense.
Yeah, you haven't gotten to Brett Goldstein's character yet, hey?
I've seen one episode where he first shows up at the
Okay, so
At
you at
their
least know
practice.
he's coming and
Yes.
what he is.
yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Harrison Ford is phenomenal in the show.
Yeah.
He's so good.
They give him a really great character arc.
Okay,
I don't know
cool.
whether it's been introduced yet.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot.
Okay, awesome.
Cool.
Really enjoying that.
And any TV show that has Death Cab for Cutie making your theme song
yes.
is a cool show by my books.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been watching Resident Alien.
Yeah, I never tried that.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So only 2 seasons are on Netflix. They're 4 seasons.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, there's 4 seasons of it. 4th season was the last one. It came out last year. It's a lot of fun. Alan Tudyk totally gets the assignment.
Yes.
So he plays an alien who's on Earth, who's now disguised himself as a human in order to try and hide in this like tiny little town. And it's a lot of fun. It's got a much darker sense of humor than I was expecting, at least early on.
Yeah.
Like he spends a lot of the first season trying to kill a child who can see through his disguise,
Yes.
Cool.
which
Yeah.
is a lot of fun. So it's that kind of thing. But yeah, Alan Tudyk is like perfect in the show. I think some of the other actors take it like very silly show a little bit too seriously at times.
Okay.
But given that he's the lead, he totally carries that show and he's excellent.
In terms of a silly show that people take seriously, there is a new season of The Rookie
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
yes.
out on Netflix.
Yes.
Where they just launched straight in, and
Right.
myself and Les were like, "Wait, who the fuck was what again?" And we had to go to YouTube to get a recap.
Look up a recap, yeah.
And you like listen to the recap, and you're like, "Oh my god, this was complicated."
Right.
But that's one of those shows where like everybody just shoots everybody. They just shoot each other
Right.
for 20 minutes out of the 30.
Jeez,
It's
like-
wild. But
Dramatic
no,
cop show.
but yeah, it's delightful.
Nathan Fillion's actually in Resident Alien.
Oh yeah,
Is he?
Yeah. He voices an octopus.
Yeah.
He's an octopus who can talk to Alan Tudyk.
Oh, is that the alien's ability? You can hear.
Well, no, it's because they're kind of related to each other. The idea is that octopuses are actually aliens,
All octopus are aliens.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
they can like talk to each other, which is quite funny.
My beautiful baby girl, you learn very quickly how babies use their feet
Oh yes,
to texture and feel
Yes.
things, and it's always so funny watching her feet, like the way like each toe like will sort of hit the the whatever she's in or
Yeah.
whatever blankets around her, and I'm always like, her feet are like an octopus.
yeah. Babies are very flexible.
Yeah, but it's just how the babies are using their feet to kind of discover the world,
Yeah,
which is something we just don't do as
no,
adults.
no.
Lovely. What was that last one?
Oh, the last one.
Adventures?
If you want a show that is sort of adjacent to Invincible, but with fewer like exploding heads, My Adventures with Superman is lovely.
Where
it's
is that?
very sweet. Nowhere locally, unfortunately. I think it may have been on Showmax because it's an HBO show.
Yeah.
Oh, then that will probably be now maybe on DSTV stream.
Maybe. I don't
Maybe.
I
think
was
it's
about to say
there.
they're moving everyone over to
Yeah.
DSTV Stream, which is the most dog
It's
shit
a
app.
terrible app, yeah.
Nothing. You like press on it and nothing loads.
Yeah.
And you can't scroll.
Yeah, because like all the all the money was pumped into Showmax.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they were losing
No.
billions.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very cool, very sweet, like Superman themed show.
Live action?
No, animated.
Animated.
Yeah, that's why I say that's why I'm comparing to Invincible.
Got you.
Yeah, similar animation style, but probably better, more consistent animation.
Yeah.
But like they do a good job with the characters. The Superman Lois Lane relationship is adorable. It's very cute,
Okay.
and it's like well cast, and yeah, they just like get the characters and understand them really well, and it's a lot of fun.
Any voices we know?
Jack Quaid is Superman.
What?
Yeah, I think he's
Interesting
like the only
choice.
one that stands out.
I like Jack Quaid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's Clark Kent.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite a change from the last thing I saw him in, Companion.
I never saw Companion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit of a wild ride,
Mm.
that film.
But yeah, imagine like your mom being Meg Ryan and your dad being Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid, yeah.
It's like that's such a wild pairing, and you can kind of
Yes.
see both of them like in his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite a weird thing.
Yeah.
Okay, magic,
Nice.
lekker guys. I think building up soon.
Yes.
We'll talk about Michael.
Okay.
I last week I hinted at our friend Daniel Craig Johnson popping
Yes.
Yes.
in to be like a first-hand account of what Michael Jackson was like as
Yeah.
a human. The fact that we know someone that knew him is wild. He's open to it.
Cool.
I put that out into the universe.
Very
I'm
nice.
so looking forward to hearing what old Dan has to
Do you know
say.
him too?
Yeah, I've met. Yeah, we met.
The most
Yeah, yeah.
fascinating dude. Hello, Russell, you legend.
Yes.
That's how he greets me. I love him. So yeah, that's something we hope to still put out there
Cool.
as we get closer to the release of this very interesting movie.
Yeah.
What's not interesting? That's the problem. Is that it's a very paint by
Yeah.
numbers, very clean biopic.
Right.
So it will do very well,
Okay.
and it is what it is. And I don't mean to shit on it. It is what it is. Go and watch it if you were a fan of Michael Jackson. If you're
Yeah.
not, don't.
Yeah, if you like Bohemian Rhapsody, it's definitely your kind of jam.
Yes.
But no, I don't mean to speak ill of it. But yeah, Devil Wears Prada 2. We've got a screening that'll come up soon.
Cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a nice time. Okay, Magic guys, thank
Cool.
you for a lovely day.
Yes.
Thank you.
And we will see you again soon.
Yeah.
Our home base is thevideostore.co.za.
Mm-hmm.
Please feel free to give us any returns or any hated you guys see.
Yeah.
Magic.
Nice.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.